Hey, this your boy Diggaveli. Welcome back to the channel and got an interesting video here, guys. Um, I never knew how much Michelle Obama didn't like black people. Especially to the extent that I just found out. Like, never came off to me as any of that, man. Kamala Harris, through her actions as an elected official in California, I could tell she didn't really too much care for black people. No matter what comes out of her mouth, actions always speak louder than words. But when it comes to Michelle Obama, like her and Obama, ran off of, oh, we're black, we're this and that. They hip hop, they hang with rappers, they hang with sports celebrities, all type of stuff, man. They made it seem like they genuinely cared about black people. But man, I just found out that she really doesn't like black people at all. Well, through her actions, you could probably even say that she hates them. But you don't got to take my word for it, man. Let's get into the video.
To explain how it will be Michelle Obama taking over for Joe Biden. Watch.
There's another side to this, too. Maybe another possibility of why they're going after Barack Obama right now. Maybe this is all about Michelle. Maybe Michelle and her aspirations of becoming the next president of the United States, slipping in when Joe Biden slips on out because he's not capable. Maybe this is about someone trying to damage Michelle Obama. Maybe it's the Republicans. Heck, maybe it's Gavin Newsom's people. But maybe, just maybe, Michelle Obama is the cause of all of this hate leveled at Barack Obama. Well, joining me now is the author of Michelle Obama 2024, her real life story and plan for power, and the director of the documentary Michelle Obama 2024, Joel Gilbert, is with us. Joel, welcome to the program.
Thank you. So good to be here. Thank you.
Well, Joel, it's a pleasure having you on. An old saying I say on this program all the time is there's no such thing as coincidences. I just couldn't help but notice all the things coming out recently about Barack Obama. And then, it was a caller who says, hey, you got to look at Joel Gilbert and his documentary. I thought, well, maybe this may be about Michelle and trying to damage her.
Yeah, I think that may be part of it. The allegations that have come out in the media in the last few weeks really were around for years. David Garrow's book that had the quote where Obama said he makes love to men in his imagination came out several years ago. And of course, Larry Sinclair was from way back in 2008. So the fact that these are coming to the surface tells you that I think there's something going on in Obama world. And I make the case that I believe that Joe Biden is on his way out. I think that's pretty much the consensus. Nobody really believes he'll be the candidate in 2024.
Just something quick, man. People have to understand at this point, man. Another vote for Joe Biden is like, especially for 2024, it's just a vote for Kamala Harris. I say it's like giving Kamala Harris a good 3 years as president of the United States. It's an embarrassment already to the country that she holds the position that she does now. Every time you see her, she's just giggling, kikiing all over the place, can't even answer simple questions. Straight embarrassment, man. But if you think that Joe Biden is going to last another term with the dementia and strokes and other problems that he has, it's just not going to happen, man. Like, it's already been said that he poops on himself now. It has to get changed. So if you think that voting for Joe Biden is an actual vote for him, you're kind of brain dead, man. Just being honest. That is a complete vote for Kamala Harris if she runs with him again. But it's definitely, everybody knows that Joe Biden won't last another presidential term, whether it comes to health problems or just, him getting old, man.
Because of health, because of corruption, because of his terrible record. And I make the case in my film and book that Michelle has been pretty much copying Barack Obama's path to the White House. Barack had a voter registration organization in Chicago called Project Vote before he ran for president. Michelle founded something called When We All Vote that's supported by the Soros Group for $26 million. She's been running around the country registering people for several.
Whoa. So everybody know that she's funded by Soros? Just off that fact alone, she should get no support, no votes at all. And for those that don't know who George Soros is, go Google him. But make sure you got like some Pepto-Bismol or something for your stomach, because I'm pretty sure that shit gonna turn your stomach just finding out who that piece of trash is.
Several years. Barack wrote 2 autobiographies, Dreams from My Father and The Audacity of Hope. Sure enough, Michelle wrote 2 autobiographies, Becoming and The Light We Carry. They're also on Netflix as TV specials. And of course, Barack was the keynote speaker who introduced John Kerry at the 2004 Democrat convention. Sure enough, Michelle introduced Joe Biden at the 2020 Democrat convention. So I think she's positioned herself just like Barack did, and the Democrat Party has set it up for her. Don't forget, they moved the first primary out of Iowa, where she would have had to campaign in 100 counties, to South Carolina, where half the Democrat electorate there for the primaries are going to be African American. She also claims that as her adopted home state.
How, Joel, does she make her way then around Kamala Harris or possibly even Gavin Newsom, who I know has aspirations of this?
Well, Michelle Obama is the best loved Democrat. She's the most popular person in the country, if not the entire world. She's had 15 years of all positive publicity, hundreds of magazine covers, hundreds of interviews, sitcoms, talk shows. Kamala Harris is not a very popular person. Even the black community does not consider her to be black because her father's from Jamaica, her mother's from India, she grew up in Canada, so she's not really considered African American by the black community. Gavin Newsom is from my state. He's a failed governor. He's kind of a snarky white guy. And don't forget, the Democrats have now turned toward ethnic minorities in positions of power because of the progress that Donald Trump made in delivering for minorities with prison reform, the economy, school choice. So the Democrats are desperate to keep their core voting groups of blacks and minorities. That's why they.
And you see this guy, who's an author and autobiographer for Michelle Obama, Democrat, even acknowledges the great things that Donald Trump has done for black people, minorities in this country. Even he can acknowledge that. So why can't the rest of the country? Why can't a majority of black Americans acknowledge that? Historic HBCU funding. The First Step Act that brought a lot of people, family home from prison that had crazy sentences. Like, boom in black small businesses all across the country. Great economy. Like, why can't people acknowledge this, man? But nah, y'all just demonize the guy who did the best job for us that he could do. Sad.
Appointed the UN ambassador as a black lady, minority leader in the House, head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, press secretary. Their message is rather insulting. If you're black, their message is, we look like you, so vote for us. That's their message. So Michelle
That's the only message that black Democrats have for us. They don't have nothing good for our life. They like to ruin our economy, make everything like unaffordable, and just ruin our lives, man. But you're black, so you're owed loyalty to them. You have to vote for them regardless. No matter if they, make the economy so bad that you're homeless and can't afford food. So what? You're black. You have to stand by them. Whether you die or not, no matter what they do to you, you have to stand by them with unquestionable loyalty. Just because your skin color is damn near the same as theirs. How disgusting is that?
checks all the boxes. They're really not interested in white men anymore.
All right. What's your predictions as they set up against President Trump? Clearly, I think Joe Biden's the easiest to beat. And I say this with the caveat that if the elections are fair and the systems are fair. I think Michelle Obama is very much like Hillary Clinton. She's despised by so many people. I do get that she's loved by many as well. Do you think she stands even a chance against a President Trump?
Yeah, Michelle's a formidable candidate. She's been working on these minority groups and women outreach for years. So she's really been developing these constituents groups for years. She's very, very popular. She'll come in and say, remember how much you love the Obama years, and we never had any scandals. She'll appeal to nostalgia and say she wants to bring the country together again, and that's why she's running. So it'll be a difficult race, but I think my film and my book, I show Michelle's real story, where it shows that Michelle was running away from the black community as a kid. She ran away. Her and her brother refused to go to schools where there were all black kids and went an hour and a half away to study with whites. They were doing white flight. And then Michelle, as a professional in Chicago, she made 20,000 blacks homeless when she knocked down the projects at Cabrini Green to give away the land to these Democrat donor developers like Tony Rezko when Michelle worked for the mayor of Chicago. And then for the University of Chicago Medical Center, Michelle headed up the Southside Health Collaborative, and her job was to deny access to health care to black residents from the South Side. Michelle would do something called patient dumping, which was illegal. If you showed up and you're black at the hospital, she'd ship you back to the South Side to these crappy clinics. So the reality is Michelle has a terrible relationship with the black community. She was afraid of them growing up. They would beat her up and call her an Oreo, meaning you're black on the outside, but you're white on the inside. And she exploited them in her professional career. So I think my book and film really show who Michelle Obama really is.
Wow. And this is the woman y'all love, man. Oh, Obama. This is the woman that y'all love, man. I don't have to say she said she felt that way about anybody. She showed people with her actions. Through her jobs and everything else, she exploited black people. And you know what's crazy? Her doing that to the apartment and forcing those people out is what I seen to be the problem, and which was the problem was reduced to in Chicago with a lot of that gang war, the war in Chirac and all that. A lot of that stuff happened after the misplacement of those people in that area when the apartments and stuff got knocked down. So you could actually say that she contributed to all the murder and the gang violence that's going on in Chicago right now from misplacement of people. That is insane, man. And, you know, her and Obamacare, oh, we want to help minorities, we want to help black people so bad. If you came to the hospital where she was working and you didn't have insurance or it didn't seem like it, she would ship you out of there. She sold black people out to large firms and real estate firms. And, yo, that is disgusting, man. And I bet you majority black people don't even notice about this woman. They love her. Oh, Michelle. Oh, Michelle. Michelle showed y'all exactly how she felt about y'all, and y'all ignored it. I'm glad I know now, man. Disgusting.
Well, if she were to get in the race, then I'm sure they would be going to your book and film to get the goods on Michelle Obama. Lastly, real quick, if you can, you've got the gay sex allegations. You said they are old, right? But they're all resurfacing now. The gay sex, Malik is coming out. You've got the letter. You've got the Joan Rivers segment that's from 2014 that's now trending on Twitter. Does any of this hurt Michelle? Real quick, Joel.
It really doesn't. She is a pop cultural phenomenon, and I don't think it hurts her at all. She uses those types of things to say that people are attacking her because of her race, because she's so insecure about her relationship with the black community. So I think Michelle's in great shape. I'm predicting in November Biden will drop out for health or other reasons, and that's when the party will turn to Michelle Obama, who's the only person who can get enough signatures and raise all the money she needs in a couple of weeks.
So let me get this straight. She destroys black people at any chance she get, but when somebody has like good criticism for her, she plays a race card. How fucking disgusting, man. And you know, I voted for Obama the first time when he was elected, but then I found out about a whole bunch of his policies and what he really stood for, and it disgusted me. Never voted for him again. But if I would have known this beforehand, what? I wouldn't even have went to the voting booth. How disgusting, man. People in Chicago should be outraged anytime this woman comes out there begging for votes. Wow, man. That's all I can say to this video, man. It's just wow. But I felt like people needed to see this, man. And that's her actual autobiographer. He's over her documentary books and everything. I think he knows what he's talking about. Well, y'all seen it like I seen it, man. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, man. I really appreciate it, man. And we just gonna keep it going because apparently it's a lot of stuff that we don't know about it. We gotta check in on, man. Like I said, man, y'all seen it like I seen it, man. I'm out.